The amazing birth and history of Coca-Cola. A war veteran, Dr. John Pemberton invented the most famous drink in the world, the iconic and refreshing Coca-Cola. Here's the interesting story of the famous drink. The birth. Dr. John Pemberton was a pharmacist from Atlanta, Georgia. He was born in 1831 and went on to earn a medical degree later in life. During the American Civil War, he served in the 3rd Cavalry Battalion of the Georgian State Guard and achieved the rank of lieutenant colonel. In April 1865, Pemberton sustained a saber wound to the chest during a battle. He started using morphine to ease his pain and eventually got used to the chemical. In 1866, seeking a cure for his addiction, he began to experiment with recipes of different syrups. He created a syrup with cocoa and coca wines and added the extracts of kola nut and damiana to it. He called this concoction Pemberton's French wine coca. Pemberton began to market his syrup as a medicine and advertised it as particularly beneficial for ladies, and all those whose sedentary employment causes nervous prostration. In 1886, Atlanta enacted temperance legislation, due to which Pemberton had to create a non-alcoholic alternative to his drink. One day, he blended the base syrup with carbonated water by accident, but liked the taste and decided to sell it as a fountain drink instead of a medicine. Pemberton created the famed syrup in a 3-legged brass kettle in his backyard. In May 1886, Pemberton sampled his new drink at the local Jacob's pharmacy. The syrup was deemed to be excellent, and he marketed it as delicious and refreshing. This theme continues with Coke even today, as millions of fans enjoy its taste all over the world. The name Coca-Cola was suggested by Pemberton's bookkeeper, Frank Robinson. The recipe for the syrup came from the coca leaf extract and caffeine from the kola nut. So, the concoction was initially known as Coca-Cola. However, Robinson suggested to replace the K in cola with a C, to look striking in advertising. As such, the famous brand was born. About 9 servings of the drink were sold each day at the soda fountain. In the first year, Coca-Cola made just about $50. The first year wasn't much of a success, as Pemberton had to shell out $70 in expenses to craft the drink, resulting in a loss. But in 1887, Coca-Cola was in for an overhaul. Marketing strategies. Asa Candler, another Atlanta pharmacist and businessman, purchased the formula for the drink from Pemberton for $2,300. Just a while later in 1888, Pemberton unfortunately passed away, without quite realizing the potential of the beverage he had created. Candler revamped the image of the drink with effective marketing strategies. By the late 1890s, Coca-Cola became one of America's most popular fountain drinks. Between 1890 and 1900, Candler managed to increase the product's sales by over 4,000%. The success of Coca-Cola was largely due to rigorous advertising and marketing campaigns across the USA and Canada. Rise of the bottling industry. Soda fountains or ice cream saloons were a public meeting place for many citizens until the 1960s. Often housed in a pharmacy, the soda fountain counters served as public places of gathering for people of all ages in both small towns and big cities. The fountains were often combined with lunch counters. With the advent of bottled drinks and manufacturers, their popularity began to decline, and they were soon replaced by packaged ice cream, bottled soft drinks, and fast food restaurants. Coca-Cola soon began selling the syrup to independent bottling companies licensed to sell the drink. This led to the huge success of the soft drink. New Coke. On April 23, 1985, the trade secret New Coke formula was launched in response to declining sales thanks to an increasing number of competitors. However, the new recipe was considered a failure. Coca-Cola fans had a negative reaction to the new recipe, and within 3 months, the original cola flavor returned to the market. The return of the original cola taste came with a new branding of Coca-Cola Classic. New Coke remained on the shelves and was rebranded as Coke 2, before finally being discontinued in 2002. Booming success. In 1969, Coke's popularity surged with their new jingle "Things Go Better with Coke." The new campaign made for one of the most famous ads ever created. The song "I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke" became so famous in the USA in 1971, that Coca-Cola received more than 100,000 letters from fascinated fans. Many people called up radios and demanded the RJs to play the commercial. Today, Coca-Cola is a publicly traded Fortune 500 company with more than $37 billion in annual revenue. Starting from a locally brewed medicinal tonic, Coca-Cola has become perhaps the most famous soft drink in the whole world.